Well, good afternoon from a beautiful sunny Dublin. For once, it's actually beautiful weather on a Friday afternoon. But I'm heading out west today, and unfortunately, the weather looks bad out that way. It looks like rain and wind, especially for tonight anyway, so there'll be no sunset. Doesn't matter, I'm finished work for the day. It's been beautiful here all week, lovely misty mornings and all, but of course you're in work as soon as you're off, It's always like, but I'm heading out to meet my friend Dara, and we're going to jump into his camper van, load all my gear into it, and then we're going to drive up to Mayo, and we're going to meet up with our other friend Bernard, and we'll see what happens from there. We have no plan exactly, but sometimes no plan is the best plan, I find. So we'll just see what happens. Obviously some sunrises and some sunsets if the weather allows. And I'm just following my maps. I'd normally turn that way, but maps is telling me to go the other way. It must be a shortcut. Never mind. Yeah, I'm hoping as well. I know tonight is a bit of a washout, but tomorrow there's a chance maybe of some clear spells, because there's a shot I really wanted out west of the old Fisherman's Hut with the Milky Way over it, as I was saying. I really want to get that with the Milky Way over it. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if I posted this other video yet, but I just shot a Milky Way from Wicklow Lighthouse. I know I haven't done it yet, but by the time you see this video I might have done it. But somehow that card got corrupted or something. I don't know. I just won't open. There's absolutely nothing on it when I do it, unless I formatted it. So I formatted it, and now of course everything's lost. There was only a few pictures on it, but it saved the picture onto it. Now I had sent it to a friend of mine by WhatsApp or Messenger or something, so I have a small version of the shot which I may end up having to use just for the video, but the actual big shot, I think I saved the actual Milky Way on its own, but when you blend it back in with all your landscape and all, that's what I don't have. So I don't know if I can pull it from one of the other shots. I will. I was trying to do it there before I left, using recovery software, and it just wasn't happening, so I just gave up. So hopefully I can recover that. Anyway, the detail I got out of that Milky Way from a semi-dark sky in Wicklow, brilliant. So down here I reckon would be even better. I don't know if it's going to clear enough for it, but look, let's see what the weekend brings. Hopefully we'll stop off for some food along the way, because so we knew there was not much chance of a sunset on the night we arrived. It was forecast to be completely cloudy. So we stayed at Bernard's house, and he's introducing us to his two new donkeys here from the donkey sanctuary. I think they were called Ripley and Henley or something like that, but I'm sure Bernard, you can correct me here if I'm wrong. And now we're looking at the old weather stations, and all he has there just wasn't happening. So Fiona made us gorgeous food. So we all sat down, had a dinner, chilled out for the night, having a laugh. And then I actually stayed in Bernard's house there in the lighthouse room, as they put me up in, as you can see. Beautiful. And the next morning we headed out for a sunrise. We're heading out for our first sunrise, one of the Fisherman's Huts. Hopefully we get a nice sky. It has been raining, the ground's all wet. Let's see what the morning brings. So it took us about an hour to get down to Connemara, to the location. We're going for sunrise, one of these Fisherman's Huts. You have Planet Venus in the sky up there, if you can see, and Jupiter behind us there. We have loads of time.
So we're gonna go shoot this cottage. There is a good bit of cloud around. It was clear when we were leaving, but like there's some high cloud and also might light up. We could get some colour down the cottage. Even if we don't and we get some light coming through, we get a clear patch, some nice side light, either way, it's gonna be a good morning.
I'm sure you can hear here I'm breathing very heavy. I'm exhausted just from walking. I have literally just gotten over COVID a couple of days before, and that's why there's nothing I can do about it. So
we haven't seen a single car even on the way down here. Okay, there's our cottage. Right over there, the roof, the green roof on it. The water, I'm assuming the sun's going to come up over that way, where the light is obviously, so we need to get over there, shoot back looking on that way, and then maybe get it sideways with those mountains behind it as well. But we still have a good half an hour to sunrise, so plenty of time. What a morning though, beautiful. I can't wait another half an hour back in the van. I have to get down and have a look. I can actually feel drops of rain hit me. It could just be from the mist kind of though. There's not a breath of wind like so. Usually a good sign for mist. There has been raining all night as well now. I could see Orion from the house this morning. We stayed at Bernard's house last night. It's lovely. As Mrs. Meadows, a beautiful dinner as well. So I'm just gonna go have a quick close-up look at this cottage before I decide on a composition. But obviously if the sun's coming up that way, I know where I need to be. Oh, there's some boats here. It is always nice with some boats in the shot as well. Even for this close-up shot, I guess. Wow, there's loads of boats actually. So there's two here in the steps. There's another three all tucked in there. So I do love these little fisherman huts. There must be a bit of wind because the water is not as calm. But it's still nice. All the boats. Oh, a bit of colour there and reflection. This is going to be beautiful. Right, I'm going to set up and find a composition. If you can see here through my screen, but just while I'm waiting for sunrise, I'm getting a shot of the cottage here in front of me, and then there's flowers right down here, the steps. I'm just using them in the foreground, and I have the boats on the right with just the mountains behind them there, and one bit of a hill. Just kind of, I have the shot cut off right as the hill comes to an end there, just so it kind of all comes together. I'm still hoping we get the light over that way. I think I need to start shooting that way. Let me just get another shot here. Lovely. So guys, I'm hoping and waiting, but I think we are getting a bit of light in the sky there and even over the hill behind us. I have my shots of the boat. I've come back up here, trying out a few different compositions. It's lovely with the water behind us, but it's too low so you won't see the house. But I do like this rock, if I can tilt this down there a second, that I just found here. If I can get it at a certain height, the tripod, have the rock dominating the foreground, maybe in portrait mode, and a bit of colour sky behind us. So that's what I'm going to try now. I just need to lower my tripod down, but the colour is coming. Oh, I'm getting excited. Woo! Well, we've quickly run around to the other side of the cottage because the sky up there is just amazing. So we're keeping the cottage just off centre, boats on the right there. Actually, it's more centre, boats on the right, if you can see, and we're concentrating on that sky. I'm exposing for that sky. There's beautiful colours in it, but there's also gorgeous detail in it. Even the bits below it, we're getting all those little wispy kind of bits. I'm not even sure what you call them. Normally with the balls hanging out them, I call them mammatus clouds. But
Or booby clouds.
Booby clouds. So, but I think we're all happy with these shots, yeah?
Yeah. Look at this over here. Look at that.
Over the mountain,
detail
yeah.
in the clouds over there. Wow. Look at that.
What a morning. And even the sun is just trying to break through the cloud there behind us. There's the sun breaking through now. You could go into the other side and get the starburst, but I think it's just going to be nice with the side light. When it hits this, it's going to be much nicer. It's going to light up. Those clouds are just beautiful. I'm not really getting that side light heavy. What I was doing, I was shooting the cottage here just to get the steps in. I've just tilted up just to get more of the sky in. I've underexposed just to make sure my sky is alright. The shadows would be easier to bring up than the highlights to bring down. But we can still get some steps coming in here. The boats are going down, the water's so calm, the reflection, the sun's coming through. Like, what a morning, like, it's just perfect. So we have got one lenticular cloud forming in the sky here. They're like, some people call them UFO clouds, the big circular discs. Sometimes they can form perfectly so smooth that people report them in to say, I've seen something strange in the sky. But they're called lenticular clouds. They usually form around mountains where cold air and warm air. It's just sitting right over the mountain. Like I said, they form around mountains. With this reflection, you can actually see it in the water with the boats. Like, it's beautiful, perfect with the cottage in it. You couldn't ask for a better morning. I'm actually shooting at 1/5 of a second just to allow that light to hit the side of the cottage. 100 ISO, F11. We're getting the steps in, but there's some like little yellow buttercups or whatever you call them right along the edge of the step that are just in the shot there. Lovely with that one lenticular cloud in the sky, and even the mountains in the background, they're getting all that side light now. So I've just moved slightly left of where I was a second ago. There's lovely side light coming in, and there's this big tuft of grass right here. It's perfectly centred with the house here, the boat's on the right, but as the light's coming in, it's just catching the side of the grass. You can see the drops of water dripping off it from the dew, and it really fills the foreground, but without taking away from the scene, if you get me. Lovely greens in the grass, and then green on the roof, and then the contrast of the blues and the sunlight coming in, the steps leading down to the boats. It's a magical scene. Okay, so I've just gone slightly left of where I was a second ago. The side light that's hitting now is so beautiful. It's hitting all those singular bits of grass that are coming through right in the middle of the frame, leading right up to the house. This side of it is in shade because the light is hitting right where we want it on the painted side. The green roof is lighting all the whites, but that grass. The tripod is low enough to keep the boats in without cutting them off. You can just barely see them. And even the mountains in the background, the mist or cloud is just rolling over the tops of them there now. And it's just a beautiful scene. My tripod over there and I moved around to the far side, and what I'm after here is the cottage right in front of me. Even though the light's on the other side, I'm kind of focused on the light on the mountains in the background there. It's just dramatic light leading right down into the water, right up into the scene right in front of me, and it's just coming out beautiful. The clouds are still nice, there's a little hint of colour left there, and it's reflecting beautifully in the water, but I'm not actually getting the sun. I'm cutting the sun off on the right, but the lake itself, it's like it just curves around in a semicircle with the cottage right in the middle, leading you right up to those mountains. Well, that was the best morning we've had in ages. Gorgeous warm light hitting the side of the cottage. But we're moving on to another spot just down the road there. There's an old tractor Bernard's telling us about. We're going down to see it. So that last tractor shot didn't work out. The tractor had moved, so we just went for a coffee. Now we've come down to this valley we were at the last time. We were going to shoot here at the river coming down, thinking because it was raining last night there'd be lots of water in it, but there just isn't, so we're going to give it a miss. Move on. down to check out this location. It is stunning with the mountains behind it. The river here, don't know if it's any good or not, but just going down to check it out. Left the cameras back in the van. Oh, my foot just went into a hole there. Always nice to find a new spot. There's an old bridge there. And jump across. What's left of the old rusty bridge. What a place to live. Wow. I don't think I'm actually taking a shot here now. I'm just down to have a look. What a spot for a takeaway. Cup of tea and ham and cheese toasties. Should keep us going for a while. Honestly, we've been to so many locations this morning. The sunrise obviously was the best. We just came from Dewlock there. We were at another river before that. Other fishing huts, but the light is just not right, or the wind's not right. Just conditions are not right for photography, even though they might look great. They're not, but now we're getting mood, like the light's changing. Let me flip you around there. So we just parked up and we're walking down the road here. Just kind of scout out this river, see what it's like. Again, that's basically what we've been doing, but we actually brought the cameras this time, so you never know. May even get a shot. There we go. I've shot this river before leading up into the mountains, but we're just looking for a nice composition in it. Wow, this is very hard to see where you're walking in the long grass. And the midgie flies are so annoying. We've gone to another gate to get up further. This is where I got a shot before, actually, up here. Came out alright, but there was lovely light going across the mountains there, which there's a very good chance we're going to get again. As lovely as that scene was there, in order to see the waterfall and the mountains, you kind of need to be in the water. I don't have welly boots with me, I'm not getting in the water. But I know, as I said, I got a shot here before. Further up here, there's another gate, and there's more falls, kind of some old stones in the river, I guess, yeah. And they just fall over. Makes a cool little shot. Fast moving water, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Plus, You can see the mountains in the background as the cloud goes by. Okay, we have another shot here, some falls on it. The shot I wanted is up there by the fence, just up there looking out, but if there's not that much water here, there might not be up there, so we're going to try a shot here. So just let me get set up and see how it looks. I'm doing a quarter-second shot just to pick up that movement of the water. I'm just going to slow it down so you can see it on the screen there. Yeah, probably just in my reflection, actually, never mind. Anyway, quarter-second, 100 ISO and F11 I'm at again. And I'm getting the mountains here in the background, obviously. Just this fast flowing water here and here. We're going to get a few shots in, then I'm going to move up there. But yeah, it looks nice, lovely contrast, all the greens in the mountains, then the dark stones against the dark mountains, and then kind of dark and light clouds. It's a mixture of both. So yeah, it works. See what you think here anyway. I've decided to switch to really long exposure. I'm doing 30-second exposures now. And they are coming out pretty nice. Let me just check that one's finished. Oh, that's really nice. I'm loving the way the water is coming down here. I just have the mountains going across top. I'm going to head up there now, get some shots up there. Midges, wow. I'm being attacked by midgie flies, which is awful, but the scene is beautiful. Check this out. Right, I have put my camera, what am I at there? I'm at 28mm and I've zoomed into crop mode, right? I'm probably up at somewhere around 50mm or something like that, 40mm maybe. Because I want to get the water, like I have the shots with the water in the mountain. Now I'm focused just on the water here and this bit of a hill here. Now, rocks are really dark, water's really white, obviously 30-second exposure going into the dark river. We've the dark sky kind of with the clouds, it's kind of mixed, and then we have the light part of the mountain and the dark part where the shadow is cast over. But because we're doing a 30-second exposure, that shadow's moving across, so it almost gives the effect of like a soft grad filter or something moving across the top of the mountain, so it just kind of blends it back in, and it's just coming out really, really nice. And I'm just trying different shots with zoomed in and zoomed out just to see how they look. Let me just see what that show you. Sometimes it works through the viewfinder, sometimes it doesn't. If you can see, this is what I'm shooting now. That is really, really nice. And you just had that dark on the top of the mountain, like I said, like the grad filter effect, so pretty cool. I'm going to get another couple of shots here, and then there is one more fall up there and I'm going to shoot that as well. And I may even try a shot sideways looking back up that way, because there's mountains like all around us as well, like so. But the light is coming and going over there, which is pretty special like that. Yeah, let's get a few more of these shots in, so. Gone back to 16mm. I've just plugged the shutter release in so we can do a 2-minute exposure. Turned my neutral density filter dial, just turned that all the way, bring it up to F16, actually F14 I'm at there, 100 ISO, and I'm doing a 2-minute exposure. See what you think here. This is the final part of the river from this section anyway. You can cross the road up there behind me and go further up to get more. But I've decided just to get, let me actually turn this, sorry. I've decided just to get my tripod really low, and I'm trying to get some of these little kind of header flowers in, if you can see them there, the little pinks and oranges and stuff. I don't know if they're going to show or not, but it leads right through into the water that's fallen just here and this bit of a mountain behind me. There is a lot of highlights in the sky behind me now. There's blue skies coming back again, but I'm just trying to expose for the highlights and work with that. So if I can, I don't know if you'll even be able to see on my screen here while I open it. Let me just switch it on. Comes on. Yeah, probably can't see that. Just getting my own reflection. But let's take a shot anyway. Focus on the flowers there. So I've literally come over the bridge. I've left the other two guys down there. I'm on the far side of this waterfall. I just want to see if this last waterfall here is any good. So I just put my bag down there for a minute. I don't know if this is any good or not, but I've never crossed over and come up this way. So a lot of deer footprints, sheep footprints. Yep, right, we're over all the muck. Trying to shot from here, but obviously I can't see those mountains behind it, but those mountains there are still quite nice. So yeah, I'm going to try a shot here. I don't know if there's a shot here looking down on it or not, but I'm going to go back and grab my camera and see. The sky behind me has gone too blue, so I'm giving up on this spot. I'm not sure if we're just heading back to the house to chill out for a while, or if we're going on somewhere else or what, but the guys are already gone back down to the van and I'll have to make my way back down. I just thought it'd be nice getting a shot looking back up that way. I'm not even sure it's a great shot, to be honest, but I'll show you it's here anyway. So we're driving down the road and Bernard spotted the same with the mountains. There's like a few different layers of mountains. There's some trees at the bottom and there was just lovely light hitting them, so we turned around and flew back up, but there's nowhere to pull in, so we parked in a church car park there and we're walking back down the road and we all just took one camera lens, big lens, and we're going to try to get the shot down there. Hopefully the light's still on it. It's the same we're looking at. If you can see the mountain peak in the distance there, it kind of comes down. There's a separation, like a valley it goes into, and then there's another mountain, I guess, hills kind of going through, but then there's layers of trees, and like it's September, they're just starting to change in a little hint of autumn colour. Even though most of them are evergreen trees, it still goes from a dark green to like a lighter green, even yellow, or some deciduous trees down there even. But there's one tree on its own, it's probably not going to show in this, but it's right in the green. There's one green field surrounded by a stone wall, and one tree in it that's changing colour into autumn colours right in front of this mountain and all. That's the scene we're after. A lot of highlights in the sky with them clouds, but you never know, it might work. But it's handheld, 200mm. Let's just see if it'll work on it. Okay, so we're heading out again. The fishing hut down in Scrape, the white one, the one that I wanted to get with the Milky Way on it, we're heading there tonight. Bernard's not coming out with us, so just myself and Tara are going out. It's about an hour away from here, so we're going to leave now. It's like, I think it's like 5:30 now or something, but we may stop off at the shop or something on the way just to get there in plenty of time. Now, the sun goes down at 7:30, the moon goes down at 9:10, and it's due to get cloudy at 9 o'clock. Would you believe that? So I don't think I'm getting my Milky Way, and by next week the moon's going to be too big, and then by the month after, when it's back to new moon phase again, it's too late for the Milky Way. It'll just look terrible this time of year. So yeah, basically we're just going now to get a sunset, and if by some miracle we get clear skies, we'll get a Milky Way as well. If not, we're going to do sunset. Well, lovely morning, lovely afternoon, great day actually for photography, lovely driving around, seeing all the mountains of Connemara. So I guess I'm going to call it a day for this one, but I'm heading off to get a sunset now, and hopefully a bit of astro, but I don't know if it's going to be clear. But for you, that'll be next week's video. So for now, I'm just going to say, until next time, here's all the shots.